Dang.
Maybe she has some connection issues. Hopefully she'll be back.
Yeah. Type shit.
No, I
She was
understand.
having an issue connecting with saying what she was trying to say. People,
Yeah, so Shadow, do you feel as if where do you feel like you and Freak are like? What do you think is the greater point of where you and Freak were debating? Because
That's a great question.
Freak is saying that is he saying that police are the answer? No. Does he believe that police can be a factor in a multi-layered solution? Yes. Okay, cool. Shadow. Okay.
I think the issue is that Freak's point seemed to be that more police is not a problem. That we do need more police officers.
I say that.
I don't think. I think
that's where the issue. That's where the issue. That's where the issue began. I'm just saying that's where the issue began.
You know what I noticed? Shadow does the same thing I do, but he's like a way bigger dick about it.
No. He's a great straw man, right? He's a great straw man, which there's nothing wrong with that. If I
haven't learned to be as tactful as you, Rev. That's gonna come with time.
with age.
I hope you don't evolve, man. You're already dangerous like this. Please don't evolve. But no, that's not what I was saying.
I like how Rev tells people to be quiet.
Evolve.
Respectfully.
Because Freak's a really important. More police presence and surveillance equals deterrence.
Yes.
You know? And then he argued that Atlanta does have all the things that she's saying that we don't, so that's where the issue was.
Even Chicago, we got
Shadow, I just have to say thank you for walking her all the way down to saying that she didn't understand, like back to the point. So you should just be quiet.
That's why I just trying
to Shadow, every time you're in one of my stream, you get a new fan, bro. I'm just saying.
Shout out to the stream, yo. Shout out to the stream.
Can you ask the stream? Can we ask the stream a question? So Trilly said I'm super condescending. I was rude to that racist lady. Can you ask the stream if they thought I was being rude?
Well, they hear you. We'll wait on a response. But
racist lady.
Yeah, she was very racist.
Yeah, she was very racist.
Oh, what's up, Wes? What's up, nigga?
That was kind of it was very racist.
A long time.
Wes, do you remember that time? I think you was there. That lady was talking about Iran.
Yeah, Iran.
We're not concerned about black people problems.
You think we care about black people?
I be telling y'all, but y'all want to shoot me down. Tiger, I've been saying that they don't give a F about niggas.
You know what's interesting is that
you be bundling all them together though. That's my only debate. Look at that grunt. He's a dumb.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yeah, happy first Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
My beautiful wife.
Just know you didn't produce to have a slave baby.
Whoa! What?
What?
Lord have. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
Chris, you be going crazy.
Right.
What was that?
She ain't lying. That's the truth, though.
He
That
said
was
slave
right there.
baby. That's why women have babies.
Oh, okay. Well, now.
My baby.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Amen.
That's crazy.
In a room full of niggas. I'ma just say that.
No, real.
Oh yeah. So the chat, Rev, you have your answer. The chat said you were absolutely. If anything, you wasn't rude enough.
What?
Oh damn.
You absolutely were not condescending.
Oh shit! Okay.
But it's
I'm gonna
true.
watch the playback. See what y'all talking about. Sounds great.
I don't give a fuck about
You should have been ruder, pretty much.
The thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you what kept me calm. My wife is right here, making lunch, and Yoshi's on stream. If them things went right there, I was about to really let her know, like, hey, listen, you actually shouldn't even be in the server, respectfully. Like, you got to get out of here because you're a scourge. You're a scourge to this entire space. I ain't gonna hold you. Every time. Now that we here, I'm gonna just say it. Every time I'm in a VC and I see that name in here, I'm like, man, here she go again, bro. Like,
when she left, I was like, y'all, we could breathe now. Like, we can like go back to being niggas. It's okay.
She's nah, we not good.
It's like I could take my wig off or my bra off or something. It was crazy.
We not good. She be justifying all this stuff. She be justifying all that stuff Freak be believing. I'm telling you. Ask Freak how you feel.
That's funny.
Ask Freak how he feel about it. See what he say.
That dummy's the one calling the police into our areas and shit. You heard she didn't fuck up and then
She said, no, hold on, Tiger. Tiger. She basically said, and this is why I was like, I got upset. I ain't gonna hold you. She basically said, "Do you think there's more police presence because you niggas are so violent?"
Nigga, you
damn.
That was the point. That was the point of what
I
she
didn't even
said.
hear that. When she say that?
So no. When Freak was like, police deter crime. Now Freak wasn't even trying to say everything she was saying, but she said, "Well, have you ever thought?" And I'm just saying that police are here because they should be there. Like that was her whole point. Like, oh well.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, she basically was like, well, if you niggas weren't so violent, police wouldn't be here. So then she went into the whole anecdote about LA and how LA is different, downtown LA is different than Orange County and blah, 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 because these black people and these Mexican people are dangerous.
What?
Go back and listen to the playback and see what she was. You gotta listen to what she was.
You gotta go. Yeah. You gotta go back to my stream. Go back and listen to my
The funny
stream.
thing is, though, Orange County is hella Mexican too. But Orange County got hella Mexicans.
Rev, you follow me on Twitch. Go back and watch it.
But it's no shade to the immigrants, but I feel like there's certain battles you should fight, like when it comes to your people, because
insane.
You sound racist as fuck. It don't sound shit to do with immigrants.
Well, here's the thing though. That was my other point of frustration is, listen, if you could just understand how you benefit and participate and are also at the same time harmed by white supremacy. So when you sit back and you start saying you're parroting all these ridiculous, goofy, uninformed white supremacist talking points, like you're playing right into the hand. Meanwhile, you don't understand that you are subject to this. You will be subject to the same treatment, if not worse. And we're seeing that.
I told her that all of her examples didn't prove shit. She was just talking to talk, because I was like, okay, I let you finish, but none of your examples of all the times you called the police have prevented the crime from happening to you, or obviously from happening again, because you keep fucking up and your car gets getting jacked and whatnot. Like, you're not learning your lesson. So,
bro, I ain't gonna hold you. That girl.
People are currently oppressed by. Your people are currently oppressed by the same people you're trying to defend. That's weird.
That's the sick part. Also, Freak, real talk, you should DM her and thank you, because she jumped in front of a barrage of bullets for you, this chat.
Stockholm syndrome.
That laugh. I don't like that laugh.
These were supposed to be freak shots.
You know I'm right.
Shit, you all the bell.
Man, Freak was supposed to get shot. This white woman opened her fucking mouth.
Damn it. I'm gonna tell you. I've done this so many times, bro. I know where the shots are coming from.
Freak jumped in front of that. No, she jumped in front of that.
When the shots are coming, nigga.
I know where the shots.
As soon as she said, but well, and I could be wrong.
Right there, boom, right there, Shadow.
Aren't the police officers from the community they police?
No,
no, it was before that. It was before that when Tiger tried to explain the over policing, and she was like, "But," and I could be wrong about this, but aren't the places with more crime? Isn't that why the police are there?
So that part right there.
Damn it!
No, stop.
God damn it!
God damn it! That.
God damn it! We were supposed to kill Freak today.
No, hold on. Hey, Shadow, you so funny, bro. You and I got the same Rasengan. As soon as he said that, I said, "Oh, okay. I know this week. You about to get bodied in here."
Yeah. I was like, damn. And she was responding to Tiger too. I thought Tiger was about to kick her back in. I was looking at Freak like,
Tiger was slow baking that chicken though. I was like, no, I'm trying to fry something.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not the one.
It's all good. We'll get you next week, Freak.
Tiger made the white girl cry again.
We'll get you next week.
You know, I'm two.
We're gonna get you one of these days. We're gonna get you one of these days. I'll tell you that much.
2 for 0 when it comes to.
Bro.
Okay, I got a question.
What's up, brother?
Because you believe that more policing deters crime, are you talking about physical police presence or technological police presence?
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
That is a great question. I think
he wants Palantir to patrol. He wants Palantir patrol. That's his bag.
Nasty. That's nasty.
Broski,
Let him answer.
I'd rather have that there was no crime, no police brutality, no police patrol, right? And if I would create a world, but I do
Would you
think
let AI do the policing?
Heck no.
Hell no.
That's a huge mistake.
Fuck no.
Heck no.
You trying to get everybody killed?
I mean, what's the fucking
and one thing of food?
But
everybody getting shot. You getting shot. You getting shot. You getting shot. Everybody's getting shot.
Let's just go ahead and take this to apocalypse, though. Let's go.
Answer the question, 3K.
No, I was going to. I just didn't gonna step on everyone.
I know they keep.
Oh, sorry, 3K. My bad.
No, you good. That's a great question, but I do think that there's a psychological aspect of it as well that does help, right? So let's say that if someone that is about to commit a crime knows that, in that area, this does happen. There's a lot of police out there. There's chances that they might say, I'm not going to go to that area, even though there might not be police presence there. But the fact that they've seen that, it does help factor into decision making.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I'm gonna post the piece from by James Baldwin here in a minute, talking about how black police are so much worse than white police. That they're way more cruel, abusive,
because it's all about acceptance.
Yeah,
like if you're applying for a black police position, like the white police will shit test it to say, okay, will he be with us in bothering these black men and black women? So you have to undertake it's like an overseer type, like a black overseer, or like somebody like it kind of dates back to that kind of like plantation, like the black, someone who's black, who in the big house type.
Mr. Candy.
Right.
Oh, it's from his book. Notes from a Native Son. But it was in Harlem, Negro policemen are feared even more than whites, for they have more to prove and fewer ways to prove it. The prospect of being arrested in Atlanta made them a little dizzy with terror. What might mean a beating in Harlem might possibly mean death here. And he wrote that in 1955. And so I just think
James Bond was ahead of his time.
I think that it's important to. This is why I be saying stuff, and I know people be like, "Oh, here goes Rev again, being all radical." No, I'm firmly anti-police. Like I don't believe that police are the answer at all. Police came from slave catching. Police exist, again, like Tiger said, to protect white people and white property. Police do not solve crime. Police are large perpetrators of sexual crime. Police are a scourge to society. They are the biggest gang in America. They work and coordinate with Israel, the largest terrorist state besides the United States in the world. They're awful.
Yeah.
They're awful. Like I genuinely, I love people. I don't have to love a profession. I do not love police.
Mm-hmm. Point blank.
Police will not save you from getting killed.
Do you think, you saying that you are very anti-law enforcement, do you think that you can have a fair argument regarding law enforcement?
Absolutely, I can, but that's like saying, but yes, I can. So that's like me saying I'm anti, I'm anti all sorts of things. We can still have a conversation about it. Like present to me some tangible data that shows the benefit of police, and if it's well researched, I'm gonna have a conversation with you about it. But it's tough because we've been so conditioned to just, not you, and this is not a shot at Freak or nobody in here. America and the West more broadly, but certainly America, is so conditioned to believe that police swoop in and solve problems. And we're conditioned that way because we're taught that from a young age, and then we reinforce that through all the media we consume. Like my children are 6, 3, and 2 of them are 1 year old. There's content right now my wife and I will watch, and we do not let them watch, that reinforces, hey, listen to police. Police are here to help. You got Paw Patrol. You got all this stuff that's meant to condition you to agree to a carceral police surveillance state. That shit is not real, and it's not. It's just not the way the world works. And so, like, I'm here for it though. Like, we can have, we can genuinely have a conversation, bro. Like, show me. Like, that's why I was curious. Like, I know you said you had.
If I show you that the strategic measures called hotspot and police, because I think I already shown, but if I show you another one that shows that those presence does reduce crime statistically, would you accept it?
Sure. I think, but hold on. If you recall, I actually agreed with you earlier, Freak, because I said I'm not disagreeing that more police may not deter crime. But my point is like that's like me saying, hey, I need some calcium. Let me go eat a gallon jug of ice cream. I can get calcium other ways than eating a bunch of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean that, but you and I can still agree that ice cream has calcium in it, and that calcium is beneficial to my bones. Is that the only way I can I get calcium other ways? Can we get safety other ways outside of police? That's my issue. I think we're conditioned to believe that safety and police have to go hand in hand. Okay,
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And fuck
so
that was a
great analogy.
Okay.
What's up?
Do you think that like other convenience stores and like stores that sell things should just hire policemen to get out front?
So that again?
Shoplifting?
Do
you think that like all the grocery stores and everything should just hire a policeman to sit out front during store hours to prevent shoplifting?
Right. Well, not what Shirley said. I was reading chat.
Do I think that
like all the stores, like Walgreens, Target, Walmart, whatever, that they should pay for police presence out in front of their stores to prevent shoplifting?
Every single one of them?
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. The reason why I'm saying no is because one, we might be redirecting resources out of areas that really need it. All right. So let's say that these stores are paying for police presence and, heavier police presence or whatever. And, let's say one or two shoplifting is committed, but there might be other locations that really, really do need that police presence. So you're taking away resources. And then another one is if these stores are doing that, then you're going to see an increase in your grocery costs in other areas because you're the one that is paying for that, not necessarily the store. So there's a way that it can indirectly not harm, but affect the consumers from a financial standpoint. So yeah, not necessarily.
That's so expensive. I agree. That's super expensive. Like that would be exorbitant.
Yeah.
To the taxpayer.
If every single grocery store, and they make more money. I think law enforcement, they make more money from being hired to just stand there, than they do from what the state is paying them.
Those are 6-figure employees.
Yeah. That's how they make most.
They make good money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually look up
the ones that.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
Chat says the ones that have a higher homeless footprint. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to read it through the fucking stream. 1 second. The ones that have the highest footprint, but security is there for a reason is if they can't handle, why pay them? The ones that have the higher homeless footprint, but security is there for a reason. If they can't handle, why pay them?
I don't get what the person is saying.
I think it's to one of y'all earlier points, but it's hard for me to read it through fucking the stats where the weather screen set up right now. I got to pull it up on Twitch so I can see
it. So like, it's just that like, I don't know, man. Like I've done like homeless ministry and I've been in like very, very like impoverished places. Like not on like some screaming at people about Jesus or trying to tell people repent up, believe in the gospel, like it's going crazy. I'm talking about just like literally trying to build a relationship in various spaces and coming back week after week for months at a time. My wife and I did this for like we did. This was part of our lives, and so like I've met so many people who they are doing things to survive, bro. And like police, these communities do not give a damn about none of that, bro. They, it's just, man. And so it pisses me off. Like it bothers me at a soul level when I hear dumb comments from niggas who are just racist about how things should work, or well, you should just make it work, and well, it's a couple bad apples or whatever. No, that's not true. Like that's just not true, man. And like people do not. This is not Batman. Niggas do not wake up every day and go, "How can I commit crimes?" That's not how people think. Nobody thinks like that.
People think like some
I
people
disagree
think
with that part, bro. I hear what you're saying for the most part, but that part, because we were talking about is it the Julio Folio niggas that just got sentenced?
That's an extreme example, yes. But I'm saying like people do not wake, but freak. What I'm saying is the average American is not getting up, ask themselves, who can I fuck over today? The average American trying to figure out, right? Average American's trying to say, hey man, I'm poor. Like dog, I have people. My wife and I, we have people in our lives who I have someone in my life who is the best one. Like she is family to me. She watches our children every weekend. She is poor. It's not on some, and she's doing the best she can. She's not breaking no laws. But if I found out she was scamming, I would support. Like I want to be clear, chat. Everybody on Yoshi's stream. If I found out she was scamming, not only would I not say nothing, I would help. She's doing the best. She's doing the best she can.
Yeah, put me on to the scam. Like, why you not?
I'm not gonna. I don't have to necessarily participate in scam, but I'm saying like if she's like, hey, look, I need this, and I'm gonna flip it and turn it into this. Hey, here, take this extra 100. I don't care. Like, dog, I'm telling y'all don't like. We're so many of us. I'm gonna speak for everybody up in here. So many of us are so wildly privileged, bro. We have no idea what it means to be poor. Not oh I got not oh man I'm living check to check. No. I'm talking about you need $50 to make it through the day. That's a different that's those are the types of people that get impacted. It's the invisible people in the poor, because we're conditioned to also just see those people as non-existent or expendable. But those are the people that get hurt the most when we talk about all this police and shit. It's not a game. It's not at all.
Wait, what? Yeah. I hope none of us experience that, Joe.
And you know what? He's gonna do crime to make sure that he doesn't go back to that.
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, dead ass though. Straight no, that's the point. It's like, hey man, and again, these people have children, these people they got stuff going on. They might like the person I'm talking about, she's raising her whole household and she's poor. So what does that mean? Like, what do we do with that? What do we do with that? You over here sitting on fucking Discord talking theoretically about, oh well, no, I mean they should do this, and no, we do. No, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
I feel you.
That part.
Baby, keep up the fight.
Oh my god!
Support your local scammers, guys. Okay.
Now I'm gonna say this now to the chat. Hold on, to Yoshi's chat. Not my chat. To Yoshi's chat. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. We are in the age of the pirates. Stop paying for Netflix. Stop paying for Crunchyroll. Stop paying for Amazon. Get yourself a Fire Stick. It's time to fight back and paying for all these exorbitant, stupid streaming fees. Stop paying for this shit. Stop it.
Everything is
Hey, Rev. Hey, Rev, what's the last thing you stole?
Subscribe to me.
Subscribe to your show.
Truly funny, bro. This nigga truly funny, dog.
What's the last time I did what? Say it again.
What's the last thing you stole?
You answer first and I'll answer.
That's crazy.
Last thing I stole. Let me think.
Once again, two things can be true. It's a percentage who struggles, who don't do
Oh,
crime,
you know
but it's
what?
the percentage
I
who
stole.
struggles to do.
Okay, so I stole some eggs. I was mad that I only stole the eggs and I could have stole more.
Did you take the eggs out your pocket? You took the eggs out the carton, or you took the whole carton?
Nah, all right. So every time I go to Walmart, I use Walmart Plus, so I do the scan and go, and it's just it is so easy to steal with
He's
scan
such
and
a
go
criminal.
because
You're such a
Chili,
fucking criminal.
can I be
I'm
trans? Can
sorry,
I
did you
tell you
say
something?
scan and go?
Can I tell you something, Chili?
yeah,
Now that I've seen what you look like, I think that you put them eggs in your mouth like a python.
that's
Hey, yo,
That's
crazy.
that's
That's
crazy.
crazy as hell.
Hey, why are you gay?
Oh
Yo,
man, that is insane. That is insane. So I think yeah, for the most part, I agree with what you all say. But I do think this conversation, what it reminds me of is there is a man, y'all might be Yosh, you might
It
be
don't
too
remind you of shit.
no, check it out. It
Said
reminds
that.
me. It
That was
reminds me
unhelpful.
of when Cameron was on Bill O'Reilly's show, and they
Yes.
asked him
Yes.
if a
Yeah.
rapist was next door, would you call the police?
Yeah.
That nigga said he ain't snitching. Yeah, said he
Yeah.
ain't snitching. So interesting.
Have y'all? So hold on. Have y'all ever? Am I the only person who's called the police and the police made shit worse?
I ain't never
I've never
called the
called the
police.
police.
Yeah,
I thought when I was a
I
kid.
have.
I was gonna say I don't think I know of time I ever called cops.
Yes, Red.
When I was a kid, somebody robbed my mom's house. We called the police, and the police literally just made it worse. They threatened my mom. They powdered the whole area, left dirt everywhere, and then left.
That's
I'm
crazy.
trying to think. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a time that I done been around somebody who done called the police. Oh, well, I guess when I was a kid,
Now
one
I've been
time when
around
I,
people who call the cops. I've just never called them personally.
I have it, but I will call the cops.
I bet.
Yeah,
I'm
if I
just saying.
needed to, I would. But it's just, I
I
ain't,
guess I'm
I'm
trying
not
to figure
big
what is
like
the
that.
scenario. What is the scenario I'm calling the police? Like you gotta. That's
If I need a police report for something,
like
Actually,
like what though? Give me an example, please.
like say like if my car got hit or some shit like that, and I need a police report for insurance, then yes.
Real.
Oh,
Okay.
if
Okay. That's good.
I do so like say I hear like the neighbors upstairs fighting type shit, and it's been going
Yeah,
on for like over 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
calling
just
the
supposed to go
cops.
pop that nigga.
I ain't gonna
Calling the
lie.
Wait.
cops.
During if I get in
Yeah.
certain interactions with my neighbors, I'm probably gonna call the cops rather than try to deal with it. Cause like
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
what I'm
sure
saying. Like
I'm one of the
we're
only
not being
niggas in my
realistic.
building, so I'm not gonna
actually,
run that risk of them trying to switch shit up.
Fair.
we
Okay.
It's like a
I
dangerous
had
Yeah,
to
game
I
to
had
play
to
out
call
yeah.
here.
the cops.
Pop,
I had to
pop
call the
both
cops at
of
my
them.
job
Oh,
because there was a white man that kept driving around the building. And so they felt real uncomfortable, old white guy, right? Look racist, driving a red truck. So I called the cops. Turns out he was drunk, right? Because they found out where he was parked in the back, and there was mad beer cans all over the spot. So it turns out he was drunk. So we called the cops. They showed up. Every time we called, they didn't show up on time. Like he was gone. It almost felt like he was being told, "Yo, we're on our way. Like leave." Like So eventually, we just called the cops. They showed up as he was coming back, right? So we called like 3 times. They didn't show up the first 3 times, and the fourth time they was here as he was coming back. They did like they basically did like a no trespassing situation. They gave us a report with his name on it, and we looking at them like, so y'all gonna let this man drive? There's like 20 beer cans that was not here an
That's
hour
terrifying,
ago,
actually. Oh my
you
gosh.
know.
Mm-mm.
And he drove
stop being
off,
a red.
right? And we looked up his name, and it turns out he was from like a rural part of New York and had been charged with like hate crimes against black people.
I bet.
Wowzers.
And because we got his name, so we pulled up his name. The arrest record showed up immediately, and like earlier the year, he was in New York. He robbed a gas station, and I think he shot like a couple of brown people, like some Indians or something.
That's not
But
crazy.
but they let him go.
That's
Hell yeah.
And we was like, so
nuts.
First of
y'all,
all,
I didn't know, maybe like they couldn't pull up records from out of state or something. But I was just like, but he
No,
was
they definitely
clearly
had
drunk
that.
because the his area where he was parked was full of beer cans. We're like, y'all gonna let this man drive off and he's clearly been drinking all day? Like that's kind of
and he in
crazy.
a red truck. Like, I don't
Hey,
trust no red.
You know what? You know what,
Right.
Charlie? You know what, Charlie?
Red.
I mean, Buddha. My bad. You know. Oh, and Charlie and Buddha actually. You know what? My wife and I, we did just call the police. We was driving down the highway. Well, I take that. Oh, my wife just corrected me. No, we didn't. We called the fire department. I take that back. Because we was driving down the highway.
He's like, we ain't called no goddamn police.
No, my wife is a real. My wife is a real nigga for real. So anyway, that's why we've been together 14 years. Ow. So look, we was driving down the highway and there was an SUV. Like, y'all, when I say on fire, I'm talking about Michael Bay Transformers on fire. The roof was melting on the side of the road. I'm talking about. I ain't seen smoke that black, boy. That's we look. Watch this. It was so. I wish D1 was here. Oh my gosh, he don't know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's the field mob reference.
Oh, that's crazy. So look. Look. So the traffic came to a crawl, right? We looking at the car. I'm looking at the flames. I'm like, I'm gonna stay on the other side of the highway. I'm gonna drive by it. Dog. I look at that fire. I saw an electrical spark come out the fire. I said, oh shit. I said, oh hell no, dog. I got on the grass to get I went to another highway. I drove over the grass to get to another highway on the overpass to get away. I said, no, I ain't dying like that.
Nigga pulled a cop move.
I did.
Did you
ironically,
Did you look
yeah.
back and see the T1000 walking out of it?
Say it one more time.
Did you look back in your mirror and see the T1000 walking out of the fire?
Bro, praise God, I didn't. But I'm gonna tell you something though. To that end, I was driving by. My wife was looking to see if there was anybody in it because it was terrifying. I don't think I've ever seen fire that hot on a car before. It like literally the roof was melted. The roof had melted. The metal roof had melted off. I was like, oh my God.
You called the fire department. Wait, what number is the fire department? Is it more than 3 numbers?
911. You just
you call 911. You call 911 and then they say, what's your emergency? Hey, there's a fire. They said we're gonna direct to the fire department.
Oh.
No, my bad. Look, again, look, I'm gonna be transparent. I didn't even call it. My wife did. She said you call the number. No, you call 911 and they say, what department do you want to be transferred to?
That's what I
and
like.
then you say
as a
the
man,
fire
why
department.
do you even know the numbers of 911?
Yeah, I'm about to say because as a man, I'll be honest, I ain't really. I don't know if I don't think I've even pressed 9-1 and a 1 before.
You never had to dial out to India?
Nah, I prank called the police before.
Nigga.
Your friend called the police.
Which was bad on my part too, because that could have went really bad. But it was okay.
Yep.
Your friend calling the police is. I don't know. Yeah, we would have to have a conversation like, hey man, don't call the police no more around me.
Y'all need more pen pals, man.
He had to call the cops because he was on his way to the beach or whatever, and it was a drunk driver, like he was on his ass, like he was a drunk driver. Obviously, he was like, this nigga gonna kill somebody, and he was like,
that's scary.
He called me.
None of my business.
I'm on the way to the beach with this drunk driver, like I'm tailing him. Should I call the cops? I'm like, nigga, yes, fuck it.
Yes.
Yes. What do you
and record it too.
Yeah.
The fuck?
None of my business.
He was like, yo, I just felt like he was
none of your business. Great.
No. Wait. That is your business.
Yeah.
If I'm driving and I see a car about to hit me or driving all crazy, I gotta let somebody know though. Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I'm glad y'all believe in police in some capacity.
Like, I see you driving on the wrong side of the road, I might have to.
Like if you have conflict resolution skills, you don't necessarily need them. Depending what other skills you need, depending on the situation.
That's true too. That's a bar.
Situation.
That's true.
Let's go, Chrissy.
Yeah, if I see somebody going down the wrong side of the road, I don't watch Fast and the Furious. I know how to use my car.
You gonna ramble? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not dumb, and I got real family to watch out for. I'm good on that.
You just describe the car, if you got any of the plates, the situation, and what direction they're heading. That's not your business.
Somebody hit my a drunk driver hit my dad's car. Praise God he wasn't in it and it was parked outside of his house. And so somebody in that community called the police. My father didn't. And then they put a little police report together, but I don't know, man. I just until we get better services, yes, there's gonna be certain moments where you're gonna call the police, but
Yeah, no, I'm mad hesitant. It's got to be an extreme situation.
let me say this while we on.
With the Dom Toretto. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sometimes you got to call the police. Sometimes if you know you're about to catch a body, you should also call the police.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
No.
Well, you have to. That's for like gun
Well, no.
license.
I'm saying like sometimes because you want to. Okay.
explain.
Sometimes, sometimes like if you know that somebody is messing with you and harassing you, and they're escalating something, then you want to call the police before you catch the body, so that they know this is what's going on. That way, when they gone, right? That way, when you catch the body, it's just the paperwork is way shorter.
Yeah. I felt threatened, and I told y'all, and y'all told me that it was nothing. And I told y'all that my life was in danger, and y'all told me it was nothing. I'm on record saying that I tried to reach out to y'all and get protection and get some help, and y'all told me it was nothing. So, can y'all come clean this person up, please? They in my living room stretched.
No, that literally happened to a woman who was like,
Happens
I don't
a
know
lot.
if she passed. I think she passed with her boyfriend or whatever. When she broke up with him, she filed the paperwork, but he killed her before they could even do anything.
There was another situation. It was all on camera where an ex-boyfriend showed up to his girlfriend. Ex-boyfriend showed up to his house, but his girlfriend lived with her parents, and he kept on trying to bust down the door, and the dad was on the phone.
I saw that.
And the dad was on the phone to police, like, "Hey, I've been telling him to stop. He keeps on. He's about to enter the house. And finally, he hit the door, and the door came off the hinges, and the dad came in and said, and lit him up.
Yep.
But it was a way simpler, but it was way easier because you already had all the stuff recorded. It's like, hey, we told him, and like, he got shot up, and he went around the corner and he died. And then when the coroner came by, they were like, yeah, he's dead. And it's like, well, nigga, we told you.
Yeah.
Make sure you do any courses that are regulated by any official gun laws in your state so that they know, one, you did the education for it. So when you shot somebody and they died, it was in proper usage. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That also does help.
Yeah.
Shout out, real talk. Shout out to catching clean bodies.
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy.
Yo, what are we
By the way,
doing?
my shooting
What is
accuracy
going
is
on right now, bro?
I mean, this is America. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. This is America.
Murder porn going on right now, bro.
No, it's not. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You got a Second Amendment right to protect yourself.
Hey, can I get another? I need another. First, the beginning of the pod.
What?
The thoughts and actions.
Oh yeah, the disclaimer.
Yeah, I need another disclaimer.
That's right. But if you are in the United States of America, can I say that is a fact? You do still have your Second Amendment right to protect yourself. Just saying. But also refer to the tag at the beginning of the pod.
I don't understand how Freak is so put off by this clean body shit. Freak, don't you support death by gunshot though? Like Death Squad? You said you support Death Squads, right?
I'm just saying
you support death penalty via Death Squad, right? Shooting Squad. You support that, right?
Absolutely, depending on the use case.
Depending on the use case.
Do you believe that we have a high enough? Do you believe that we're accurate enough in our convictions to have the death penalty?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh me. I'm sorry. You want to ask?
Yeah, I'm with the death penalty for sure.
Yeah, I believe if you're caught red-handed on cam, like it's just certain situations where you're caught, you've confessed to it, you've caught to it. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something to little kids or someone's grandma, yeah, bro, I believe in that, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
go. I wasn't asking about do certain crimes deserve death. I just want to be specific. I asked, and I know you're ODD. What you say? You're OCD for specificity. Yeah,
for accuracy. No, he said he was OCD for accuracy.
Same thing, it's synonymous.
Hilarious. It's really not. It's really not. It's really not. You could be specifically wrong. You could be specifically wrong, bro. Like,
y'all niggas are funny.
Go ahead.
No.
God, we're talking about
not the same
conviction
thing.
rate, right? Conviction rate.
Okay, right. Do you believe we have a high enough conviction rate that just because I believe there's some data out there that let's look it up in a second. I believe there's some data out there that shows that like there's several people who have gotten convicted who have received death penalty and were wrongfully convicted. So I guess I'm asking, do you believe that we have a high enough, or that we're accurate enough to be killing people in this country? Not about if certain crimes deserve death. I think that's a separate conversation.
Yeah.
Do you think that do you think that we have that we've shown the ability to adjudicate these things effectively enough to kill people and be accurate? That's my question.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you okay with me answering the question but not basing or benchmarking my answer on conviction rate?
And this is why
that's kind of
the whole question is conviction rate, freak.
But
is the question.
I wouldn't, because remember earlier I said use case. I wouldn't benchmark it on conviction rate because obviously we have a terrible conviction rate. Right. But I do believe that death penalty should be utilized if it's one of those use cases where it's just open and shut. Clear evidence. But if we're gonna be basing it off of conviction rate, I don't know if I'm okay with that.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Okay.
No,
I appreciate the answer. No, I'm being genuine in my question.
No, but it's also not no either, right? Because if you have, let's say you don't have the camera evidence and all this junk, but there's enough evidence that is against you based on that crime, right? We should also say, hey, based on this evidence, you are guilty of
Because in the conviction, it'd be 100% if that was always the case. So what Rev is saying is, are you confident enough in our current system as it is to be able to accurately deal out death in a correct manner?
Now, I'm gonna just go with yes. I'm gonna stand on it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I appreciate the answer.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Because there's not, bro. We don't have a system or society that is gonna have a perfect conviction rate. So if we perfect conviction rate, then it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's why people have appeals and all of that. That's why it takes like 30 years to kill people for real.
I think that's funny. I think that
it's
true though. It's true. I think I'm deeply uncomfortable with the idea that let's say you convict 12 people and 8 of them are guilty, but like you sentence all 12 of them to death, but like only 8 were actually right. That would scare the shit out of me. Like that's
we killed
disturbing.
4 innocent people.
Yes.
But we killed 8 guilty people.
Oh my God.
So we still kill innocent people. Are you
oh my God.
that?
What?
So Trilla's willing to bear that cross, basically.
I'm trying to. Yeah. I'm kind of willing to do that.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what?
If I killed 4 innocent people, but I killed like 8 mass murderers and grapers and stuff like that, then I'm cool with that.
Let's up it now. So would you be comfortable killing 800,000 people?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be comfortable killing 1.2 million people if 400,000 of them were innocent?
That's not. Is that the same ratio with the 12 to the 4?
Yes.
It's the same ratio.
Hold on. So based off the Innocence Project, there are roughly over 300,000 individuals imprisoned for crimes they did not commit. So you're okay with potentially
over what?
Over 300,000.
Over what percentage of those that did actually commit the crime?
Oh, 2.3 million. So with roughly 2.3 million people incarcerated, there could be over 300,000 individuals are in prison for crimes they did not commit.
Good Lord.
And then since 1983, there have been over 3,000 exonerations recorded by the National Registry of Exonerations.
Okay, shut up. Let me answer this.
Ain't that like that's like 1%, right?
No, it's not. Shadow. Let me ask you this. So you say that you agree with China's system.
It's 13%.
They said Shadow's Aaron Yeager.
So Shadow,
He's Aaron
you
Yeager.
agree with the Chinese?
Why am I Aaron
Chinese system?
Am I what?
Do you agree with how China do their criminal system?
How do they do their criminal system?
In terms of them being very rigorous in punishing crime.
What is rigorous?
Wait, yeah, you're gonna explain to me in 30 seconds or less. Explain to me the entire Chinese criminal justice system. Go.
Okay, so the Chinese criminal justice system has a 99.9% conviction rate. Do you agree with that percentage? Are you okay with that?
Bro, you're not answering the question. The question is explain the criminal justice system.
Explain the criminal justice system, right? The criminal justice system has a 99.9 conviction rate, meaning if you committed a crime and you go to court, right, to whatever, defend yourself or whatever, there's 99.9% that you will be found guilty. Are you okay with that?
Whoa. Wait, a 99% conviction rate means that if you go to court, you're 99% likely to be convicted of a crime?
99.9. Don't forget the other 9. 99.9%.
Oh, hold on. You're saying that just because 99.9% of crimes have been convicted, that you have a 99.9% chance of being convicted if you didn't
I'm going to
commit a crime?
say it again. I just listen, all right, because you repeated the question like 10 times.
Yeah, confirm what you're saying.
In China, criminal system, if you're being accused of a crime and you led to the court, there's 99.9% chance that you will be found guilty. Are you okay with that ratio?
Am I okay with that? I need more information. I simply need more information.
I think it's safe to say that we are not okay with the 99.9%.
No. But here's the thing, Truly. The reason that you and I are not comfortable, Truly. The reason we're not comfortable with a 99.9% conviction rate is because we live in the United States, and we are aware of how in the United States the criminal justice system is extremely racist and extremely flawed. I'm asking Freak to explain the Chinese system so that we can make a determination on whether or not they have the same flaws that the U.S. does. Because
I'm not talking. We haven't even because you have not answered the first premise for us to even advance it to premise number 2.
I asked you to explain the criminal justice system to me, and you didn't do that. How can I say whether or not I'm comfortable with 9 conviction rate?
Does anybody else understand what I'm asking? Let's just, a good faith topic. Does anybody is what I'm saying?
This is not a good faith conversation. No, you're not having. This is not a good faith conversation for you to throw out a wild statistic and then not explain the context of it.
Hold on.
You don't understand the criminal. If you don't understand the criminal justice system in China, just say that, and we can have a bad faith argument.
I'm saying that their ratio of conviction is 99.9%, but I'll back it up with stats.
Hold on, why you do that? You know what I don't like, Shadow? I don't like all your clarifying questions and tap dancing, nigga. Stop trying to be smart, nigga. Answer these very narrow, nebulous questions, and let Freak walk you into the answer he wants you to have, and shut the fuck up. Okay?
No. Let me post it. No, because I don't like. You know what I don't like is when you guys ask me a question, right? I'm honest enough to say yes or no. Okay, he's talking about.
Yes, you are. That's fair.
What you call it, right? But when I ask someone the same kind of question, same thing, but I'm using another country that I know that he supports, all of a sudden.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a different question. No, okay. Can I ask you a question first?
So look up the what you call that I posted in the chat.
Okay, let me look at this article that Freak posted in the chat.
Basically, any crime you're accused of in China, you're likely to be found guilty, whether you have evidence.
You understand it. I mean, most people here understand it. They're just not being honest. Thank you for
China
that.
is trying to hold on a second. So this is from NPR.
Conviction doesn't mean that they're actually guilty.
China has a conviction rate of more than 99%. That means some people may be wrongfully convicted of crimes they did not commit.
It's not the same. It's not the same question.
Yeah, thank you, Pale. Thank you. What is the wrongful conviction rate in China, Free? Can you answer that? Because I told y'all what the wrongful convictions were in the U.S.
That's a good clarifying question. I agree.
That's not a clarifying question. A conviction rate of chances that you're going to be
99%
found
of,
guilty.
of court cases, 99% convictions, right? How many of those convictions were wrongful convictions?
Okay, so
That's a good question.
you getting ahead of the question without answering.
No, you're asking me if I'm. You're asking me a question that doesn't make sense.
It does make sense, right? We came up with. He said, "Hey, in the U.S., we have a terrible conviction rate. Am I willing to benchmark death penalty?"
No, wait.
No.
Wait. Freak, that wasn't the argument. Hold on, just for clarification. I'm trying to, because I had you back before. So here, let me support you again. The argument was not about the conviction rate. The argument was on the wrongful conviction rate. Right?
Silence.
So okay, yes. But for us to be able to get to the point that I'm trying to get to, right?
Okay, you're trying to get to. Okay.
Yeah, you're trying to dog walk us to your point. We don't want to go that way, bro. You have to try harder, bro. You're gonna have to try harder.
No, someone said that conviction does not mean if the person is found guilty or not. I want that person to define what conviction is.
No. Pale said that just because you're convicted of guilty doesn't mean you actually did
it. That doesn't mean that they actually did it.
It could be wrong. That's what I'm saying. We have not. I'm saying what conviction is the court saying that, hey,
they were found guilty of
something. Yes.
That doesn't mean that that they're accurate. They can go in there and say everyone that goes to court is guilty.
You're jumping ahead of the point. Like you
are we jumping ahead or we? Okay. Keep going.
How about this, Freak? How about you just make your point?
Get to the fucking point.
My point. Okay. So my point is, if you support China in the way that they run things, and they have a 99.9 conviction rate. That means that the ratio of people that are actually innocent is insanely high.
Well,
how have you come to this?
Doesn't mean that though, Freak. Can you hold on? Wait a minute. Wait, Shadow. So now look, Shadow, in real time. Look, this is where you're going to evolve to. You're about to jump and accuse Freak of something. Just ask him the question. Freak, you just made a statement. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna coach you. You go. Try it again, Shadow. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Let me watch the math set work. I'll catch him on the next one.
Okay. So Freak, your assumption, which I don't believe is necessarily unreasonable, is that if a court has a 99.9 conviction rate, that demands that a healthy percentage, a significant percentage, are innocent. Is that your argument?
Yes, my argument is that the presumption of innocence is very weak. So yes.
The presumption of innocence is very weak. Okay, so then what data do you have to show the wrongful conviction rate to justify that your claim?
So in terms of data, I don't have the data, and the reason why I don't have the data is that they don't expose that data to show like, hey, these people actually went back. Hold on, to say, hey, these people actually went back and argued their crime, and they were able to be freed. Because there's a level of corruption in a country that says, hey, 99.9% we are correct. There's something wrong with that. That's the point that I was trying to make.
My question: what does that have to do with the original point that we were talking? You're bringing up
you're right.
China is corrupt. That China is this. That China. What does that have to do with what we're talking about in the United States?
The point that I'm trying to make is, if you are okay with China having death sentence, but you're not okay with the U.S. having death sentence, it doesn't make sense. It's not consistent to me.
So Freak, I would say that we don't have enough information to have a definitive opinion on China because we don't know the wrongful conviction rate. Right? But we do have enough data in America to say that there's a wrongful conviction rate because that is.
I have a question.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No, I'm done.
How do they find out that they're wrongfully convicted? Like, what is the process?
In America?
Where, in the U.S. or in America or in China?
Like, where in U.S. for them to get that number? What is that based on?
Evidence that comes out, and then we also have an appeal system.
So after the fact, once they get released, they gotta go through the appeal system. But in order for them to be found innocent, they would have to go through the process, right?
Wrongful. Here, I got you. Oh no, nope, never mind.
Is Is that based on like after the appeal they're found innocent?
Yeah, they
Hold
end
on.
up throwing out when they see that because sometimes they'll rush cases based off if you have
Oh,
a public defender, if you have a
here we
paid
go.
lawyer, so you might
Here,
not have the money
I have,
to set
I
some
haven't,
motions back.
I haven't, Pale, I have an answer. This is all from the Innocence Project.
Mhm,
Here we go.
mhm.
Primary methods of determination of wrongful conviction are exoneration data analysis, the National Registry of Exonerations records, known Exoneration 1989, helping researchers identify trends in wrongful convictions, though it only captures discovered cases, DNA testing of old cases, survival analysis, death penalty, self-report surveys, and then also witness altered or corrected witness testimonies.
So
Interesting.
I would assume that again they would have to go through the process of an appeal and then be found not guilty.
Yeah, present evidence, new
This is
evidence,
evidence.
old
So
evidence to be
Any
found out.
evidence?
if
Yes. Hmm.
if that is a possibility, right? And I think that Freak is saying like there are certain cases where like you can appeal it as many times as you want, you're guilty, right? We caught you red-handed. There's a video of you doing X, Y, and Z.
Whatever. Yeah.
There's enough evidence that regardless again of how many times you appeal, you're it, right? You're guilty. Can that then be okay to give them the death penalty?
Yes.
Is there a way to create a law that says if we catch you red-handed, we can kill you, or does it have to be like?
Wait, what? Yeah, hold on. Let me go back to my China point because I don't want we let it. You guys are
Tail has
so
given you an opening,
inconsistent.
bro. Tail gave you an opening to win, so
No,
let's
I
go
don't.
back to that. All right, let's
open it.
Oh.
But I feel like you guys, if we're going to talk about wrongful conviction, right? And we see that we have a system where there's an appeal and you can present new evidence, and there are chances that you might get your case reversed. And then you have a country that has a system that, regardless of you appealing, right, the chances of you still being guilty is going to still be 99.9%. Y'all don't see that there's anything wrong with that?
Hold on. So, Freak, are you saying that in China?
Systematically is against
Are
you
you saying that in
regardless?
China there is no appeal process, or that the appeal process
No,
doesn't work?
that's not what I said.
That's not what he
I
said.
said that
So what are you
regardless
saying,
of the,
then?
if you listen, I said that regardless of the appeal process that is in place, which is in China, that regardless of how many times you go and fight your case, the outcome does not change. Regardless of the evidence, regardless of what you show them, it still remains that 99.9%. Therefore, there's something
You don't have
wrong
the
with that.
have the data to back that up, though. I thought
No,
we already established that.
I just sent you what you call it. That shows that.
He's reading the article, right?
Oh,
what we don't have,
okay.
what we don't have. So first of all, Freak, for the sake of argument, just because I believe that China is superior to America in a variety of dimensions doesn't mean that I believe China or any country should be killing people.
No, I mean, yeah, sure. But for someone that believes, because you're a radical, right? But you're someone a little bit more pragmatic compared to Shadow, right? Shadow believes that China is the paragon of all things.
Never
right.
said that. Never said that. Never said that.
Yeah, he did.
Never said that. Never said that.
My thing is that so my thing is that he could not say, oh, we shouldn't have death penalty because our conviction ratio here is bad, or
that was my argument.
It's not consistent, right? Whatever.
Yes.
And then he's okay with a system that has a 99.9% conviction rate, regardless if you appeal or not.
Freak, I don't like when you try to conflate the particular with the general. I don't like that at all. You cannot conflate the particular with the general, brother.
But Freak, is it fair? So, okay, so Shadow, watch here we go again. Freak, is it fair to say that maybe I don't have enough information to have a as firm an opinion on China as I do as in America, because I'm not as privy to the same data than I am in America?
I don't think it's fair to say that. I think here's the reason why. I think that if someone was to say that, they not being honest in a sense, because I think any logical person that can look at something and say, hey, 99.9% means that this government is always right in terms of conviction. any logically average person would say, "Hey, there is something wrong with that."
I don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah, you lost me on this China shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think you 0 for 2. You're 0 for 2 tonight, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why you bringing in China, bro. Like, fuck China.
Yeah, you're trying to get us to China, bro. Like, I don't. Yeah, you're 0 for 2 right now, bro. Like, you don't know enough. You don't know enough. You're not well read. You're not really well read enough on the topic of China or the criminal justice system to be making this argument. I think what you need to do for you is put this in your back pocket.
You just start attacking once you land out playing.
No.
I'm joking. This is all
wait. Can I ask a follow-up question? Let's say for the sake of your argument, let's say I said I was not comfortable with China killing people.
Yeah.
What does that do to your what point for you does that prove?
It proves that you're consistent all across the board. It proves that you believe death penalty is unjust based on the conviction rate. That we don't have a solid
on the wrongful conviction rate.
On the wrongful or whatever conviction rate, right? You basing that off of that. Shadow does not have that, right? He might believe that here in the U.S., but he does not believe that somewhere else, and that is inconsistent.
I hear that. The only thing I'm gonna challenge is, and Shadow can speak for himself. Freak, it's not unreasonable to say, "Hey, I don't have enough data to say what another country is doing is wrong."
What you mean?
Mm-hmm. Just waiting.
It's fine on the talk to him.
Really?
Okay, well, Shadow, I guess you're full of shit, man. I don't know. I'm about to leave.
Yeah. It's fine.
At the end of the day, for you, you're just wrong. I think Pale brought up a much better argument for you. I think your ego is uncomfortable with the idea that you lost an argument back to back, and that you don't want to accept an opening from someone else.
I will say that Pale
I didn't even lose the other one.
From a woman, Shadow.
Yeah, I think it's so. I think it's mainly from a woman. I think that's what it really is.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I was trying to give him grace, Pale, but you're definitely right.
You notice that
a woman tries to save a man.
Yet again, right? Yet again.
Yeah, I was gonna
notice
say
that Shadow what, bro? Like, oh my gosh.
I'd say it's funny that everyone answered but you, because about the whole conviction rate thing. You couldn't even answer.
Give me more. I asked for more information.
In terms of what?
And me and Rev really have the same point. Is that I don't know enough, and clearly you don't know enough to be having a conversation about China's criminal justice system. We should all be more well read.
If I was using the conviction rate as an example per data, 99.9%.
That's why. But again, that's why, because we know in the United States that a quote unquote jury of your peers, we know that that's not always the case. We know for a fact that there are examples of corrupt judges and corrupt prosecutors, right, that will unfairly and disproportionately charge and convict and sentence specific segments of the population in the United States. I don't know if that's the case in China. They might have a perfect legal system, a 99.9% perfect legal system. They might get stuff wrong 0.1% of the time, but I just don't know. Now, is it likely that it's probably a lot more flawed? And that they actually get things wrong way more often than that 0.1%, maybe. And if that's the case, I'm not in support of a death penalty in a flawed legal system, any flawed legal system. But you need to tell me with concrete evidence and data to support it that the Chinese legal system is flawed, and it probably is. And in which case, I probably don't support the death penalty there. But until you can do that,
you fixed it, brother. There you go. You should have said that.
No, bro. Make your argument better.
You just said it. You just said it.
Nah, if you had asked me, if you had just been, instead of trying to seem intellectual, if you had just said, if the legal system, if a legal system is flawed, do you support the death penalty? The answer is no. You want to bring up China to make a weird point. I don't know what your point was with that.
The point I was making originally, right? Even from I'm saying that, hey, China has a flawed legal system because their conviction rate is 99.9%. Right?
How does that? So how does that make it? Why does that tell you that it's flawed?
Not like you're arguing against it again.
I want to know. I want to know that a legal system has a 99.9% conviction rate, and that tells you that it's automatically flawed. Tell me why.
Because there is no legal system that is correct 99.9% of the time.
Why not?
It just is humanly impossible.
So what is the human margin of error that's as accurate?
Is baked in there now that we can argue a lot. They don't release their data for us to know that. Right?
How correct is humanly possible to you?
What do you mean?
How wrong or how correct is humanly possible? You're saying that it's impossible to be 99.9% correct. So what's humanly possible?
It is impossible to be 99.9% correct.
Okay.
In any instance.
So what is possible to you? What is possible to you?
I don't know if 50-50 could be possible, depending on the evidence. Right?
50-50. And you're willing to bet a man's life on 50-50?
No, because here we say that everyone is presumed innocent until, right? So that's a 50-50 process.
And you're willing to bet a man's life on that 50-50 process?
Hey, I believe a 50-50 process, you have a better chance than a 99.9%. Which one would you rather go off of? 50-50?
Oh, wait. No. That's okay. You're not understanding.
Which one would you rather go off of? A 50-50
you're saying,
or
can I answer? Can I answer that?
Let me make sure I understand. Let me just make sure I understand what Freak is saying real quick. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying, Freak.
No. Hold on. It's very simple. Which one would you rather bet your life on? 50-50 or 99.9% conviction rate?
Are you saying that the Chinese conviction rate? Hold on a second.
No,
let me just make sure I understand you. Are you saying that in China, you're not presumed innocent until proven guilty?
No, I'm saying that China has a 99.9 conviction rate.
That's fine.
Possibly
that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm saying here you presume innocent until otherwise, right? So there's a 50% chance.
And now that's a false equivalency. Are you saying? What is the conviction rate in the United States?
Answer the question.
No, because because you're making two different things.
Rate on all the 50-50.
What is the conviction rate in the United States?
Bro, would you rather bet your life on the 99.9 or the 50-50?
You're saying that the United States is 50-50. Hold on a second. Because you're wrong. You're saying something that's incorrect.
How am I wrong?
You're saying that in China, it's a 99.9% conviction rate, and in the United States, it's a 50% conviction rate. But it's not.
I'm saying that here, right, when you're arrested and they read you your rights, right, you presume innocent until otherwise, meaning that you have a 50% chance, right, depending on, and I'm saying that in China, that you have a 99.9% conviction rate that you will be found guilty. And I'm asking you, which one would you rather bet your life on, the 99.9 or the 50-50?
See, and that's okay.
Yeah, but why is it so hard for you?
You are doing a false because you're creating a false equivalency. In China, hold on a second. Let me ask you about, let me try to get this. No, hold on. Because you're creating a false equivalency. You're saying that in China the conviction rate is 99.9%. What is the conviction rate in the United States? Answer the question? What is the conviction rate in the United States?
Here's the thing you keep doing.
What is the conviction rate in the United States, Freak?
Asking the question over and over.
Let me ask you a different question then. Let me ask you a different question then.
But it's not going to change.
Let me ask you a different question. When you are arrested in China, Freak, when you are arrested in China, are you presumed innocent or guilty?
Why don't you answer?
Because your question has no real basis. It's a false equivalency. You are equating China's conviction rate with your status as an arrested individual. Those are two different things.
Let's change it into a hypothetical then. Let's change it into a hypothetical, right? No China, no US. A hypothetical country that has a 99.9% conviction rate, a hypothetical country that has a 50% conviction rate. Which one would you rather benchmark your life on?
Holy shit. I would rather benchmark my life on the fairer legal system.
So you still can't answer, even in a hypothetical. No country
I'm choosing the fairer legal system. Which legal are each legal system equal? Do all things remain the same? Do all things remain the same?
We don't know that.
Which legal system is fair?
We don't know that. All we have.
Okay, so then what would I be basing my?
Here's all we have. We have country A. We have country B. Right? Country A has a 99.9 conviction rate. Country B has a 50% chance conviction rate. Which one would you rather fight your life on?
Which country has convicted more black people?
See, bro, you can't even answer the question, and that's what I'm talking about.
Well, here's my issue. My issue with your my issue with the original point though.
10 minutes, you couldn't answer.
Can I just clarify something?
Question. No, what clarify?
Because
it's
let me
very
clarify.
simple.
It's not simple at all. You're playing in a bad faith argument. You're saying that China has a nice. Let me ask. Okay, can I understand the question, bro? I just want to understand the question. Can I?
If you haven't understood it in 10 minutes, you're not going to understand it now.
Because I don't think you understand what you're asking me.
No, I do understand what I'm asking.
You're saying that China's conviction rate.
Hold on. You're saying you understand. You just deflect. You don't want to answer the question
because your question is a bad faith question. I'm not going to dignify it with an answer
because you know where I'm getting at. Because any logical Shadow,
the United States doesn't have a 50-50.
Any logical any logical person would say, "Hey,
answer the question.
I'd rather take my chances on a 50% chance legal system over a legal system that is 99.9 conviction."
The United States is not a 50-50
from United States to hypothetical, right? Because you couldn't answer that, right? You keep saying, "Oh, United States, China, was there?" I said, "All right, let's move to a hypothetical. Country A, country B." Right there, is not based in real life. Which one would you rather take your chances on? And you still couldn't answer that.
Well, am I innocent?
It's very simple.
That's another question. Am I innocent?
I don't. In this, yes. In this hypothetical, yes, you are innocent.
In this hypothetical, I'm innocent, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think I'm gonna take the fair. I'm gonna take the fair country. My thing is, the United States doesn't have a 50-50.
Which is that? Is that the 50-50 or the 99.9%?
Who hit the soundbite?
Which country? Sorry,
me,
what?
nigga, me.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
I think we should move on, Freak. Freak. Here's the thing, Freak. We're gonna move on. Next time, pick a better argument.
Thank you. Exactly.
Pick a better argument next time, Freak. All right. Learn to articulate your point.
Everyone could understand that.
Think through what you're trying to say. Listen to the women when they give you an out.
Derailing not being able to answer a simple question does not benefit you.
Bro, the United States does not have a 50%. The United States does not have a 50% conviction rate. I'm sorry, you're just wrong on that. You're actually wrong on that.
Shut up.
So admit you were wrong, and I'll ask the question. Were you wrong about the United States having a 50% conviction rate? Were you wrong about that?
Not answer it.
Say you was wrong.
Say what?
Say you were wrong about the United States having a 50-50 conviction rate.
No, I said that there are chances when you are arrested.
No.
Right, and you are being read. You're right. You presume innocent before.
Okay. And I asked you, when you were arrested in China, are you presumed innocent?
And then Shadow, and then I moved it to B, right? And you still couldn't answer it. Why was it so difficult for you to answer?
Yeah, I'm not dignifying it. I'm not dignifying that.
Then that's cool. That's just all I'm saying. Like, you're very inconsistent with these arguments. Like, you post things that discredit you. You're asked questions, but you can't answer. Why deflect so hard?
You could say things and they're not true, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, you're just wrong about that. The United States is not 50-50. Sorry. In a lot of cases, when you are arrested in America, especially when you're black, you are assumed to be guilty before innocent.
We moved it. Since you did not like the United States example, we moved it into a hypothetical.
Oh yeah, and you still couldn't answer my questions on race.
When we moved it into a hypothetical, you couldn't answer.
Yeah, because you didn't tell me which countries. You didn't tell me which system was fair.
No, all we have are just the chances and the ratio and the number that we're given.
Why was I arrested if I didn't commit the crime?
Who said that you did not commit?
You said I was innocent. You said I was innocent in the hypothetical. So why am I being arrested in the first place?
Do people get arrested without committing crimes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then
in the United States, yes. In the United States, yes. Which only makes me think that in the United States, yes, they do.
You only think that people get arrested in the United States that they have not committed a crime?
Never said that. I never said that.
Then what are you saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, you keep saying things that you keep saying that you're not saying.
No, I'm not saying things I'm not saying. I'm only saying things that I am saying.
No, you don't. I don't even think you know what you're saying. You said, why am I being arrested if I have not committed a crime? Do people get arrested and they have not committed a crime? Then why would you ask that question?
I don't think you should have.
I'm asking you that question.
If the answer is yes, people do get arrested without committing the crime. You've been arrested and you did not commit a crime. Now you've got to fight your case. Which country would you rather fight that case? 50-50 or 99.9?
I'll take the 99.9.
All right. 20 minutes later, you finally answered. Salute.
I needed all the context.
Truly, you take the 50-50?
Yeah, give me the 50-50.
I think most people would take the 50-50, bro.
So what was your point in the hypothetical?
My point in the hypothetical is that any legal system that has a 99.9 conviction rate shows that that system is flawed. That's the point.
Why does it show that?
Okay, this battle looks good.
Like you still haven't gotten to your like where's your proof though? You know? Like what evidence are you using to back that claim?
That which
outside
one?
of the fact that you're just that you're uncomfortable about it.
That the system is flawed?
Uh-huh.
Any country that has a 99.9% margin in saying that you're guilty all the time shows that that system is flawed. Regardless
what if them Saturday motherfuckers are just nice like that? What if they just nice like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
this system is just that cold.
You just nice like that.
Your stance.
They LeBron addiction rate.
Where?
That your system is just that nice.
You're right.
You're right.
Hey,
you literally
you
keep
never
saying the same thing, but you're not explaining it at all. It's funny.
What you say?
Yeah, you just keep saying the same thing over and over again.
The reason why I keep saying the same thing over and is because he keeps deflecting. I don't like him deflecting, so I keep saying the same thing because he keep moving the goalpost. No, we're gonna stay here. That's why I keep saying the same thing.
When Freak knows that he can't win, and the only way he can win is if he justify.
He finally answered the question.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Freak.
Meaning that he understood what I was saying.
Nah, here's the thing about Freak, right? When Freak knows he's lost, but there's this one scenario where he feels like he can win, he's gonna get stuck there and just repeat the same thing over and over again until
I don't like people jumping and jump like no, stick to the subject, bro. Like,
hold on, wait,
keep the conversation in
argue in your relationship.
So what?
Yeah.
Is that what you do when you argue in your relationship?
No, typically not.
I like the way you.
Damn, why would we take it to his relationship?
Yeah, I'm very confused on that. Like, talk about moving the goalpost.
Word.
I'm trying to get off of this topic. Y'all hurting my head with this fucking dumbass fucking.
My bad, truly. My bad.
Yeah, man. No more dumbass points.
I just have to get Shadow to say 99.9%. That's all I wanted, bro. I'm glad we got it.
Can no more dumbass arguments?
Yeah, he's over.
You're over 2.
You think the China.
You're over 2.
We can move on. Right? We can
man. Long story short, I'm just saying, like, when we move on,
free Luigi.
We're moving on. Like, we're moving on, bro. But like, no more dumbass points, okay?
Man. I'm just glad you answered the dumb question, though. I'm glad you finally answered.
Yeah, but there's no more of that dumb shit.
It took us 20 minutes, but I'm glad we're there, pussy.
But just no more of that. No more of the stupid shit.
Niggas looking at me, that's crazy.
I have a question.
No more of the stupid shit.
I have a question for Shadow.
No, Jamal, you're actually smart, Jamal. I don't want to.
I'm glad he answered, bro. That's all I wanted.
I don't want to talk to you, Jamal.
I was going to ask.
I've been arguing with Freak for the last hour, bro. I don't want to have no more conversation.
Right. So, okay, so I'll wait until next time to ask you my question.
Jamal, ask.
Go ahead. You can ask the question.
Well, I wanted to ask China's #1 representative in our Discord when he plans on moving to the motherland.
Oh, I'm going back to Africa very soon, brother. And I would advocate for all of us. I would advocate for all of us to go back to Africa, brother, at some point in our lifetime.
I am asking you. Shadow, I am asking you, since going off of appearances of how it appears to be in the Discord, you love China. You love their policies, you love the way they do things, you like the way they do things.
You guys got 99% conviction rate.
China? Do you have any plans?
I definitely like Chinese women.
I just got back.
Ask, bro. Damn, hold on.
Jamal, I just got back from Cuba. And I have to say, I like the way that they're doing things in spite of the blockade. So I'm curious to see how a country that's not being impeded by a blockade is doing. So very soon, I would hope. Maybe not this year, but maybe next year. Maybe
Cuba or China?
China. I did Cuba this year, so we'll check out China.
Cuba this year, yeah. I saw the photos. Good looking, right?
Hey, how did you make it? How did you make it to Cuba? You got family over there?
We don't share secrets, bro. We don't share those kind of secrets, man.
Yeah.
That man
I'm just saying, I would love to go to Cuba. I just know, like,
get yourself.
It's not hard. It's not hard. You could DM me, bro. I'll get you over there. It's not hard.
Okay. All right, I got you.
You got oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I wonder when your conviction
you
rate.
can DM me. I'll get you over there, head ass.
But it was great, Trilla. I think you would have a good time over there.
Stuffed over in the potato sack. Be careful.
Man, I love that.
Right.
Nah.
So you go over there, you ain't never coming back.
Shadow's a petite guy. He can do spaces you can't.
Especially if you say Shadow's name.
Did you visit?
You gonna come up missing?
This is not. Did you visit Ashada Shakur's grave?
Huh?
You think he went?
Did I do what?
Did you visit Ashada Shakur's grave?
I don't know where Ashada Shakur is buried.
Yo, look at my tax dollars hard at work, yo.
He's up there right now.
I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. But there's like 5 police cars over there. That's crazy.
You don't know what's up there.
Be careful. Make sure they don't steal your phone. Like, they gonna think you filmed.
Brother, that is about...
They'll come to your door.
Half a mile behind my house? I'm safe.
They want eagle-eyed cop. What are you doing over there?
Sure. Better have his armor ready.
Okay.
Snipe before we reach over here.
I think more people need to go out to China though and see for themselves, J-Mo. I think you should go too.
Think so?
You should plan a little trip. Yeah, for sure. Because what we're told about the Cuban government is not the case. So I would assume similarly what we're told about the Chinese government is probably not the case.
This nigga believes that Cuba has the best government system out there, by the way, too.
I never said that. I never said that. Never said that. Why do you keep saying how what I believe in, how I feel? Why do you keep saying that?
Bro, calm down, bro. We've had the conversation.
We had a conversation where I told you Cuba has the best government.
No, I don't think they have the best government.
What do you believe, Freak? What do you think the best government system is?
I don't think there is any. That be my thing. People get at me for that.
You don't think there is? So you don't believe there's one solid one that will work?
Nah.
Right?
I haven't seen one
that's understandable.
Yeah, I haven't seen one that is working. At least in my liking.
Do you think we'll ever get to the point we'll find one?
Not at all.
No?
Nope.
Oh, so you're just doom and gloomy. Shit.
Not really. I just understand our nature, you know?
Okay.
So what do we do about that, Freaky?
Man, we do the best that we can with what we got, brother. You know, we treat each other fair, you know. We report crimes in China.
All the illegals?
Oh, wait a second, Freak. So you're saying that we don't need that the current system...
Brother.
Let me just ask a question. Can I ask you a question?
Oh, now you asking a question when it took you 20 minutes to answer? You think you deserve my answer?
You're starting to understand how it's working.
Now, you think you deserve my answer?
I don't know if you can answer the question. Answer the question. If not, then just say pass.
Nah, bro. Go ahead. What's the question?
No, you said that we have to do the best we can with what we've got. So you don't believe in like collective change?
What does that mean?
You don't believe that all people should work together to change the system and create a better one?
What do you mean by system?
The system of governance.
How would you define governance? Yeah. I'm gonna engage like how you engage, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna engage like you.
Lawyers,
If y'all would put this much effort into being lawyers, Pooh Shiesty would be free right now.
I just wish Steve would answer the question. He asked me a bad faith question. I try to get more information. He gets upset because it exposes the flaws in his question. I'm asking him something that he just said. I asked
That is
you what you
hilarious.
just said.
That is so funny.
We could eliminate the food.
Oh, bro, you 0 to 2 right now, bro. What's the question, bro? I'm gonna answer that. Maybe I'll give you a little dub if you say
No,
please.
you said we should work with what we've got. So you don't think we should
work
change
with
it?
Huh?
So the
How
current
do y'all
system,
think? How do y'all think
you
we
think
act
that we
if
should
we
work with what we've got in this current system right now?
I didn't hear what you're saying because Charlie and Buddha were talking over.
I'm saying you think we should work with what we have currently with the current way that the system is set up.
I mean, it depends by what you mean by system and setup.
Bro, what is happening? Yo, what is going on, yo? Y'all two pissing me off now.
They're trying to out-asshole each other.
What is happening, yo?
Oh,
my God.
What's up, bro?
Yo, I hate your guts, brother. Jesus Christ, man. Depends on what you mean by system.
Yeah. Nigga talking about system and setup. What you mean with
asshole.
system and setup, nigga? What that mean?
Asshole, yeah. Jesus Christ.
They both are.
Nah, Shadow's my brother. I love that man. That's my brother.
That make my head hurt.
Fucking hilarious.
Bro.
Bomba clap, boy. Not right.
Shouts out to the current system.
Y'all some fools, man.
Nah, that's crazy.
What's up, Dad?
Yo, Marco, are you Christian?
Shit. The Discord rep. Never mind. Let me not fuck with that tonight, man.
Nah, shouts out to Dad, bro. That's my guy.
Shout out to Dad,
Real talk. How y'all doing, though?
This is
How y'all feel about Jesus?
Jeez, that's
cool,
deep.
I guess.
That's deep, my brother.
That's big.
Marco.
Somebody died last day, you know.
Get into it, Marco. What do you mean?
Hold on, wait. Well, don't we have no religious? What you call it?
Bro, freak. Take your ass to hypothetical land. Yo, freak, stand down, bro. Take your ass to metaphysical, hyperbolic, hypothetical world, bro. We're having a material conversation right now, bro. Nah. We're having a material conversation, freak. Go ahead and take
like
your ass
Christians, bro. Just like typical Christians.
like most black
Hey, Jamal.
Nah. I sick of your ass, no? With that bullshit.
My bad.
Nah,
Let's talk about
with that
China,
bullshit.
bro. Look at what China's doing to the people, bro. Y'all like what China?
Hold on, Marco was about to make it. Marco was actually about to answer the question
about what China's doing to Africa.
He's about to answer the question about Jesus.
Yeah, how you feel about Jesus? What you mean?
Like most, I'm Haitian American, right? I'm first generation Haitian American, born and raised in the United States. Like most black people, whether Caribbean, Black American, or African, we are raised on Christianity via, colonization, slavery, all that stuff. So I was raised Christian. Both grandfathers are passed up, RIP to my mom's dad, but both maternal and fraternal grandfathers were both pastors in Haiti. In the United States, went to church every Sunday as a kid. So I see the value of Christianity and of Jesus, and I believe in Jesus. But I also see the flaws in white supremacy and how white supremacy used Jesus via slavery to kind of like trick our minds. Haitians, Black Americans, Jamaicans, Nigerians, whoever. Like, we got the brunt of Christianity's flaws via slavery, the slave trade and colonization. So I can see both arguments. Like, hey, white Jesus worship, white supremacy, worship capitalism. Like, people misuse Jesus in America to fit their capitalist agenda. White folks.
Word.
Even black folks.
You ever seen somebody get hit across their head with a tire iron?
God damn. No.
I don't think I've ever witnessed that in real life. No, that's kind of retarded.
Well, I'm only
sorry you had to go through that, Charlie.
Well, it ain't about my experience.
Right.
I'm just saying that's some people experience with a tire iron. Some people know how to use a tire iron to change said tires, which is what a tire iron is made for. Just because people misuse the tool,
thanks, Buddha.
You know what I'm saying? that doesn't make it any less of the tool. That just means people are misappropriating what they're supposed to do with the tool.
That's too real.
I have a question. Do y'all think he's sitting up there just letting it rock with whoever is misusing his religion?
No, I don't think it's a he at all.
Or she, it, they,
Wait,
them.
Charlie, are you a Christian? Are you a Christian, Charlie, or a follower of Christ, or do you believe Christ is resurrected?
I believe that story has been recycled a bunch of times. I'm not a stranger to how the universe works, so I believe that. I believe that he existed, but I also believe that somebody existed to walk that same path or a similar path before him. 100, probably 200-300 years before. That's the reason that we got similar stories.
So every so often, somebody comes that goes through what he went through.
Right. The only reason we have it in the quote unquote Holy Bible is because it encapsulated all of those holy quote unquote stories that people was talking to the universe and really was kind of figuring out the way the world worked by actually getting in tune with how they work with the universe. And it was the only thing that we had to read at the time.
So do you think the next person has come since Jesus, or is yet to come?
I don't think. I mean,
getting a little antichrist-ish, guys. You'll see.
Yeah. I don't really think so.
What's the conversation?
You think Christ is the last one to come?
What do you mean? What is that?
Hey, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is insane,
bro. I believe he may be the last messianic version to come. But if you look at the Bible and any other religion or any other celestial text, there's multiple people that support this main figure that's coming. Like everybody be looking at Christ, but what about Moses? What about Noah? What about Jonah? What about Sarah? What about like all of these stories are important to what God is to all of us. Everybody not gonna be Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
But if you think that if you think there were messianic figures before Christ and Christ was just the latest reincarnation of those messianic figures, why do you think there will be none to come after him?
I never said there will be none.
Wait, did he say? Wait, did he? Did he say there were other messianic figures, or there were other figures?
Yeah, I said there were other figures.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I mean, no, but wait. I said earlier when I initially started that there were other messianic figures, but that's when you look at those texts, and there's also across when you look at the timeline may have been different back then, but you don't really see what those timelines are. And if you're taking it for what they actually saying it is, like if you look at some of those ancient stories like in Asia and stuff like that in India, some of those people live for hundreds of years and thousands of years. So if you're looking at it in that case, yeah, the next one might not have come yet.
Talk that shit, nigga.
Yeah. And Christian, so in like within Christian dogma, like what we're talking about is eschatology, which is the study of the end. And so like the context of like multiple figures coming over time throughout within the scriptures, there definitely were several messianic figures leading up to Jesus, right? So like theologically you would argue that the first, and so that's why like even in Hebrews they talk about Jesus being the second Adam, but like the first Adam was obviously like the first man. But then they juxtapose Adam with the quote unquote second Adam, which is Jesus. But then like if you look at Moses and you look at Elijah and Ezekiel and the John the Baptist, these were all people pointing towards Jesus. And so then like in the Christian context, according to Christian theology and doctrine, Jesus is the final, he is God's messenger and like the quote unquote final messenger and Messiah and Savior. And then the final one. Now there's gonna be other people that come around, but they all are still gonna be like those are the rest of the people are Christians. They amplify, they're pointing backwards, while as people before Jesus were pointing forwards. And so then like the next person comes, like again, according to eschatology, Christian eschatology, is gonna be the Antichrist. But there's gonna be there's more people also gonna come that's gonna claim to be Jesus though. Or claim messianic status or claim to be some type of savior. if we're just talking about in the Christian context. But then there is a broader conversation about like, man, people
All
that
I
come
hear is
into
the
the
Mormons are right, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Rev.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that
Mormons,
means.
What you said, Jamal? What you said?
Mormons basically believe. Well, Mormons are Christian. Mormons basically believe everything you just said. Where, like how you said that everyone who came after Jesus is pointing back towards Jesus, and everyone who came before Jesus is pointing forward towards Jesus, being
correct. Correct.
And so in Mormon religion, in Latter-day Saints, they just refer to all of them as prophets of the Lord. So if you spoke, everybody who has a name in the Bible, who has a chapter or a book named after him in the Bible, is classified as a prophet of God.
Yeah, but so with Jamal, with that, right? With that, this is respectfully, but I think that the Mormon belief are so fundamentally and radically different that we wouldn't even categorize them, in terms of being a Christian. Because I think the core doctrine when it comes to Mormon is that. Yeah, so the core doctrine, I gotta feel, I'll use this one. They believe that God, right, God the Father used to be a man that later on became a divinity, right? And Jesus is a created being. And eventually when we die, we are going to become just like God in terms of divinity. You know what I'm saying? So I think that doctrine is
No, that is a false equivalent. No, not false equivalent. Sorry, that is actually misinterpreted. Mormons do not believe that they will become gods. They believe they will become like God, but not on the same level as God.
Okay, let me ask you this: Do they believe that God the Father, once used to be a man that attained divinity later on?
No,
they do, bro.
Damn. Oh,
hold on,
wait. There are multiple sects. There's multiple sectors of Mormons. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that exists in Utah, that pretty much own Utah, that is not what they believe. What you are referring to is what the Reformed Mormons, who decided they wanted to branch off and do their own thing because they didn't like the fact that Joseph Smith said, "Hey man, you can't have multiple wives."
Oh. So I was gonna say,
a lot of the. Let me finish real quick. A lot of the like really shady sounding shit is the Reformed Mormons, but because they're quote unquote Mormons and they are a branch off that went rogue, basically all Mormons get roped into it.
I was gonna ask. So I was gonna say, like, if we're having a conversation about, I think, respectfully, like, if we're gonna have a conversation about beliefs, I think it's best to ask people questions as opposed to tell people what they believe, respectfully, right? So, like, if J Maul is talking about Mormonism and his understanding and belief of the faith, I have not studied Mormon doctrine or theology, so I'm gonna defer and read, and then maybe I'll come back with more questions. But like, because I think these can be like these can be very like what's the word, productive dialogue, as long as we just I think if we lead with genuine inquiry rather than like declaring things about what other people believe.
Bro, that's what I be saying about. Are we still?
Yeah, we definitely still streaming.
That's what I be saying about the Eastern thing, when we be having the Eastern discussion and people be trying to say that people are extremists and stuff like that, and I'm like, no fam, that's not their religious belief. You might have a people who are a part of that religious belief who have decided to become extremists, and that's what's being highlighted on the news and shit like that. But that doesn't mean that is what they solely believe as a religion or as
I didn't dead ass, because I didn't even know, like, I'm genuinely learning. I didn't know. I thought what Freak said. I didn't know nothing about that was a different sect and branch off of this, that, and the third. I didn't know that. And I think that, like, and I also think that like as another example for the sake of the conversation, like, I came in off of Deafin and somebody say there's mad other beliefs and like, oh well, these are just the stories that came together. And like, man, as a Christian, I have to admit that for me as a Christian, I believe the Bible. If I was to say the Bible is God's word, like the Bible that we have today is God's word, that's an act of faith on my part, because the history of the way the Bible that we have, the 66 books that we have today, that's not the Bible that's not what people was reading 1800 years ago, 2000 years ago. They had letters. They had various letters from Paul and James, or maybe even was listening to somebody who talked to Paul and James, because a lot of them people back then could not even read. So like this idea of like the Bible we have today, that came from the Council of Nicaea. Like that came from mad people was fighting and boxing, and like there's a bunch of letters that were thrown out and were determined not canonical, right? So like it's an act of faith as a Christian to even say, well, no, the Bible I have right now is perfect, and everything outside of this Bible is wrong or not God breathed. When it's like, okay, you don't. Again, a bunch of people came together to form the Bible. I'm not critiquing the Dead Sea Scrolls or any. I don't really question scripture like that, but I'm talking about the way the Bible was created is wildly man-made, right? And so like if I'm coming to a conversation and someone goes, well, I question this and I question that, I believe it would be foolish, and like it would be reductive and dismissive to be like to just to not listen, because if you know the history of how the scriptures came together, like,
right.
I mean, there's merit to the conversation.
So the reason why I said that, one of the things that I enjoy doing in terms of just hobby is learning about different religions, right? That super extreme rabbit hole. And I wouldn't have said that if I did not read a transcript of Joseph Smith sermon of him saying that, him himself saying what I said. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm just throwing something out there and trying to like, but I was quoting exactly what the founder of that religion said.
I understand. He was reading a translation from Adam and Diana. So the other thing too about Mormonism is the Jesus Christ, the Latter Saints. It is also up to interpretation. Yes, that is a part of the core belief. It is up to you to determine how you want to go about it.
So in terms of
one of his witnesses also stated, because of course back then they also even back then they also had, when you hear the doctrine, your brain has no choice but to literally picture it and visualize that God was a human man on earth, and then he got exalted, blah, 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 and ascended and became God, da, da, da. Cool. One of his witnesses also brought up the point of, well, if you believe in God in general, why should this thing yet be so hard to understand? Or ascertain, I think is what he had said. And so it's one of those things where it is up to you to understand it how you want to interpret it, but it's not documented in our doctrine to say, hey, this is exactly what that means. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense, right? It's like, okay, once something is said, it could have several different interpretation in terms of how we break that down. I definitely get that right. I guess I was trying to say, and of course respectfully, is that there are just core beliefs, depending on how it is expounded on, that if those core beliefs are uttered, it automatically negates everything else. So the statement that I quoted, if anyone was to say that, it negates everything else. So even where we would even say, hey, that is blasphemy, regardless of how it is unpacked.
I hear that too. You know what's interesting to me about when we talk about faith, and like if someone was to ask me like, okay, well, what's the difference between what you believe and like what other faiths profess to believe or whatever? And like so often, like even if you have like, let's say like you have, I don't know, it's me, a Muslim, and like, I don't know, like just a general spiritual person, like, and we're all having a conversation. Like, and you were to say, well, how do you get to heaven?
Like set up for a
right?
crazy
Like,
joke.
No, yeah, no, they do sound kind of crazy, right? But if you would ask people, like, basically, if you want to find out somebody's religion, ask them like, how do you get to heaven, right? And most people, some Christians will say this. Most people will say things like, "Oh, well, you're good, gotta outweigh your bad. You gotta like just do good things. You know what I'm saying? Do right by people, and like, then when you die, God will look at your stuff, and then as long as you're in the positive, you're good." Like that's most people. Like in my time in ministry, like most people have something like that. Christians will say the same thing. Oh, you just need to go to church, don't cuss, like don't have sex, don't be gay, and you'll go to heaven, right? But like, I think the different. A lot of people say that. Like they have some rules. They have rules. Basically, just follow the rules. Follow the rules the best you can. You'll go to heaven. Basically, what people say. And I just think that like the difference between like that and the Christian, whether you're a Catholic or Mormon or Jehovah's Witness or whatever, I just be asking like, well, what gets you to heaven? And when people say, give me anything that ain't trust and believe in Jesus, then that's the difference for me, right? Like even Christians, they be like, oh, well, it's this. And I'll be like, okay, well, then you don't really understand what you really believe. Like, because the Bible, Christianity don't teach that. It don't teach, it don't teach. And so that's all. Like so often, like we think about God as like on the top of a mountain, and you use your good works to climb to the mountain and get to God. But like biblical Christianity teaches that God came off the mountain to you. And so like I think you could talk and have the whole doctrinal debates or whatever like that, and that's right. Like I'm not saying those things aren't important, but like that core part is like the most important thing. Like that's gonna tell me really what you actually understand or believe, not whatever else. To me.
But that's also one of the reasons what he said is also one of the reasons why I left the church and no longer associate with Mormons, because they often preach and not do what they preach. I freaking hate that shit. I hate it.
That's all religion, though.
I know it's all religion, and that's a core part of why I have an issue with it. Because, especially when it comes to Mormonism. Because when it comes to Mormonism, they're very... God has no problems telling you what he doesn't like. He gives you agency. You can do whatever you want. But there's this sort of hold on Mormonism where if you disrespect the religion itself, God will have retribution on you. And so, to me, that's one of the biggest issues I've had with them is when they start doing like, hey, blacks no longer can hold the priesthood, and they're marked with their beasts marked with black skin after the mark of Cain because they're descendants of Cain and all this bullshit. I was like, wait, hold on, big dog.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you're gonna be disrespecting the religion like that, and God's not somehow not doing anything to you because quote unquote you said God told you to say that? Like they didn't even wait. Joseph Smith was probably still cold in the ground when they enacted all those changes. Like it was nuts.
Yeah, and I think, there's definitely that. And another thing that is so interesting about the Mormon religion has been, and Jamal, I'm sure you can speak to this way more than I can, the revelations that came from LDS, right, about the end in terms of Armageddon, got it in, what happened when people sold everything, and then that did not happen, and then they edited it, that article, and I don't know if they've done it lately, but yeah, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they went back and
yeah,
they went back and edited records and all this kind of shit. They're like, what? We don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened. It's like, actually, yeah, you guys were on this rampage preaching about how the end is nigh, blah, 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 blah. And then I don't remember if that's when they went back in and edited the text to say that there will be, I think it's 1,000 or 2,000 years of peace, some shit like that, before the rapture.
Yeah. Sorry, bro, not dog piling on your religion, man. It's fascinating to say.
Dude, that is not my broski. It is not my religion.
Oh, dang.
It is not my religion, sir.
Are you coming over? To our side, church or something?
Bro, I don't fuck with any Christians, big dog. I hate to tell you, but no, thank you. My God don't play about me.
Fuck you and your Christian beliefs.
That's fire.
Amen. When you
what? Why you be laughing like that?
When you stop smacking them BBLs, fucked up. When you stop smacking them BBLs, broski, I'll come to Bible study with you, freak.
Hilarious.
I stopped.
I told you he was gonna say something fucked up.
I know he was gonna go there.
Hey, we gotta be like Jesus, right?
At least try to.
Would Jesus?
Didn't Jesus hang out in the strip clubs though?
Yes, he was.
I don't know about a strip club, but
hang around strippers.
Actually, maybe a
hang around strippers. He might not hang out. He'll probably go and like tell people like, "Yo, what y'all doing crazy?" He ain't gonna chill.
He sent Paul to throw a couple ones.
That's crazy. Some anointed ones.
Anointed ones. That's fire. Was
touch the one to heal your spirit. Yeah, get about it.
What's so funny? What's so funny is in this era, he be hanging out with like.
He said he gonna punish us.
In this era, he be hanging out with trans people and queer people and like all the people that society deems bottom tier. Those are the people that he would be embracing and engaging.
People that defines undesirables, the lessers, or whatever, you know.
He would be hanging out with the most undesirable people.
Yeah,
that's how you know
the most.
Man, that's how you know all these devout white Christian people that are currently running our country. That's how you know they're full of shit, bro.
Yep,
they are.
But we always knew they were full of shit.
Yeah, they are. They're wolves in
I know.
sheep's
I'm just meaning like if you ever needed proof.
Yeah.
They're wolves in sheep's clothing, bro.
I'll say I'll say white conservative Christians are a disgrace to Christianity in general.
Oh, hello, bro.
I agree.
Chosen, where are you from?
Oh shit.
Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a lie. She's eating beans and cookies right now.
You be
nah, that accent wouldn't survive out here, bro.
She didn't play with the accent. She said Atlanta.
Yeah. Hazel. I know Hazel.
No, I'm trolling. I'm from the UK. Wait, what?
Oh,
we figured.
Who said they know me?
Oh shit, colonization.
From the collie. I'm on there. I've been there for like a decade or so. You know.
You gotta activate.
Okay, Marco.
Oh, okay.
Here they go.
Sound like she's from Hogwarts talking about Atlanta.
Did someone even say she's from Hogwarts Legacy?
Oh, they said Hogwarts. I thought someone said she's from Holland. I was like, okay.
No, Hogwarts Legacy.
That's funny.
You were going
crazy.
Definitely sound like you're in Ravenclaw for sure.
Hey, Ravenclaw's a Gryffindor. What's the Gryffindor?
You're Ravenclaw is crazy.
I've done all the tests and I'm in Slytherin every time.
Oh my god, for real, Rev?
Well, to be fair, Slytherin aren't a bad house. It's just like Malfoy fucked up the reputation. Slytherins are actually
Malfoy messed it up bad because Slytherin was actually really
his dad in fucking